Hey guys, what's up? It's Muffin here, and today I am bringing you something which I was meaning to bring you a little bit ago, but I got issues with the recording anyway. Today I'm going to be going over the basic variable types in Python. I'll be doing a quick overview first, and then going into a bit more detail. Right, let's get straight into this, no time wasted. There are, how many? There's like 6 basic variable types or so, I don't know. There is an integer, a float, I don't believe, no, double is not in Python, which is very sad because I like doubles. There is a string, there is a list, there is a, tuple, there is a character, no, there's not a char, I thought there was, maybe you have to import it separately. Boolean, for fuck's sake. There is also boolean. Boolean. You say boo. Bool. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about boolean. I just had to quickly look at my notes. I'm like, oh, boolean. Yeah, so those are the basic types. What they are is int is a number. It's a base 10 number, I should say. Base 10 number. You know, you can't have decimal points. It's 0 to no, whatever the fuck you want, because Python is really nice and makes you do it automatically sets things up for you really nicely. Float is also a base 10 number, but can have decimals. So let's say base 10 decimals. You know, you can have 1.2 whatever the fuck you want. String is, well, it's words is the easiest way to describe it. It is any word. A list is a list of other types. Yeah. A tuple is a list of other other types, but you cannot change what's in it. I'll go over that more a bit later. Boolean is true/false. Not false. That's all it is. It's true or false. It's the only thing Boolean is. Right, so I'll quickly go over a couple of examples of these, just so you can see how they work, and a little bit more about them, hopefully. I can't go into too much detail now because it gets complicated-ish. Right, so let's just start with an integer. So let's say integer equals 10. Print integer. And then we will also print the type of integer. Just so we're making sure we know what type it is. It is an int, it's 10, and it is of type int. Now, what the print statement actually does, because I feel like I should probably add this in, is the print statement can only actually print strings, which are words. So what it actually does is it says print the string version of integer. If we run it, we'll do the exact same thing because we're not converting integer to a string. But, oh, whoops, let's keep integer in there. Oh, also ignore that semicolon, that should not be there. I'm surprised that didn't cause an error. And just to prove it there, that is C and Java, not Python. You do not do that in Python. So let's say we want integer to equal the string of integer. Then we run it again. Still prints 10, but now it is a string, which is just short for string. Let's say we want integer to be a float of integer. Now it's 10.0 because a float will always show at least one decimal point, and it is of class float. So what if we, let's say, do integer equals integer divided by 3.1519. It's like a couple of digits of pi, I think. Then, whoa, it equals this massive, well, not massive, but this shit ton of decimal points. And it is of type float. Now, if we wanted to turn it back into an integer, because an integer doesn't have decimal points, we will get rid of all the decimal points, and it will just go to 3, because that's the closest one it is. You can also do integer division yourself, because like if let's get rid of that, and get rid of that, Python is really nice, and it will automatically convert the integer there into a float, because it's like, oh, that's no longer an integer, let's turn it into a float and print it, so it automatically turns it into a float for you, because Python is really nice. But say you want to do integer division, so instead of adding the extra line of changing it to an integer, you can just do double slash, and it will do it to the closest one, except it appears to have kept it as a float. I think that's because we did it of a float. So if we did that, 10 divided by 3 is not a full number, but it's 3 of class integer. It's because we divided by float, it turned into a float. But if we did single slash there, it would go into a float. I don't know why it's 5 there, shouldn't it be 4? I don't know anyway. I don't know maths. Right, next one we will look at quickly is a string, which, well, it's just a word of something. So let's do the word 10, and then run it. Uh-oh, error, unsupported operands for type divide, string, and int. You can't divide a string by an int. And you can't divide an int by a string either. So if we just get rid of that line, then whoop-de-doo, we're printing 10. I mean, it could be 10, it could be 10, it could be whatever the you want. It's just how you define words. It's just string. So I mean, what that actually is str. That's what the actual line of code is. But Python just makes it really easy for you and lets you leave out so much stuff. And yeah, they just make it really easy for you. Right, next type I'll go over is boolean, which is really nice, actually. Boolean is true. I gotta remember the correct syntax. True. Capital. First letter's capital. Capital T, capital F. Integer is true. What does it print? True. Class bool. So then, what if we do if integer, then integer equals it was true. I guess I should do if integer equals true, else if integer equals false, integer equals it was false. Then run it. I pushed enter too quickly. Invalid syntax. That's not the correct syntax. Aleph in Python. Sorry, I've been doing too many different types of programming languages. There, it was true. Because integer equals true. Now, all the if statement is a true or false. Because if integer equals true, then it's true. If integer doesn't equal true, it's false. So it goes on to the next one. So, because integer is actually of type true or false, you can just do if integer. And you could also just do if not integer. Turns out you can't do if not integer. That's weird. I thought you could, but you can just do else. And I'm making a lot of mistakes. You don't have any condition in an else. It was true, because integer. Yeah. You could also do it with while loops, but I can't think of any now that won't cause an infinite loop, and I don't really want to just spend a lot of time on it. Right, so next we will go on to lists, which are quite nice. For the sake of it, I'm going to call it array, because arrays are actually what most computers use as lists, but Python doesn't use arrays, it uses a special little thing, so array isn't therefore a keyword, so you can use array if you want. Now I gotta replace integer with array, I should have kept it as integer. Array. So array is equal to, let's initialize it, so square bracket is anything between the square brackets is an item in the list. So I want 1, 2, 3, after each comma is new items, this has got 3 items in the list, and then I want the word 4, and then I want 5, and then close the brackets to finish off the list, and it is a list, so it prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it shows that it's a list by putting it in all of that. Also notice how it's only given me single quotations there. When I put double quotations here, in Python they're the same thing, it doesn't actually matter. So I wanted to print the second item in the array. I want to print 2. Most people just say, oh yeah, you just go 2. I want to print the second item, 3. Arrays indices start at 0. That is 0, that is 1, that is 2, that is 3, that is 4. That's how all computers work, it's just how it is. So 1 would be 2, 0 would be 1. So say we want to print all the items in the array, then we'll have a counter, yeah, I'll teach you how to do it this way, because this is my preferred way. Counter, while counter is less than the length of array. I didn't mean to push caps lock then. Print array square bracket counter. Counter equals counter plus 1. So whilst the counter is less than the length of the array, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 5 long, so our counter is less than 5, it will print the array item of counter. So it will print counter 0, counter equals 1, counter 1, counter equals 2, counter 2, counter equals 3, counter 3, 4, 4, 5. Uh-oh, it's not less than the length of the array, come out of it. We'll also do print the type of array counter. Now there are actually several different ways you can do this loop, but I like while loops. So 1 is an int, 2 is an int, 3 is an int, 4 is a string, 5 is a string, and the total thing is a list. Right, now, next, tuples. Tuples are essentially the same as lists. Oh, where did that start come from? Except you use round brackets. It's about the only difference you'll see like this, except now it is of class tuple, not class list. However, if we go back to this, say after that we wanted to change an item in the list, then say we want to change 2 to banana. So item 1 equals banana. Okay. I'm doing really bad keyboard wise. Okay, so there we go. We'll insert that there, and then we'll run it, and oh, banana. It's no longer 2. We change it to banana. But if we make this a tuple, by the way, in tuples you still access whatever one you want by using the square brackets. If we change it to a tuple, uh-oh, tuple does not support object assignment. A tuple is what they call immutable. You cannot change the items in it once you've created it. So I'm trying to change the first item to banana. No. You can't do that with a tuple. It has to be 2. It cannot be anything else. Get rid of that line. It works fine. Right. As a brief overview of the different types, next time I'll be going over loops, for and while mostly. There is a while. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.